The bell over the diner door jingled softly, like it did every morning at 6:15. But this time, something different came in with it. He was older, face-lined, eyes sharp, wearing a weathered army jacket with patches that had faded into stories. He moved slow but with a presence that made people sit straighter without knowing why. "Morning, sir," the young waitress said, already pouring black coffee into a chipped mug. He nodded. "Perfect. Thanks." She turned to go, but his eyes caught something. A flicker of ink on her wrist. He leaned in slightly, voice low. "That tattoo. You know what it means?" Her smile faded. Her hand wrapped around the coffee pot tighter. "Yes, sir," she said, quietly. "My brother had the same one." He sat straighter. "Which unit?" "Bravo Company. 1st Recon. Kandahar." His hand trembled. "What was his name?" "Eli. Corporal Eli Maddox." He stopped breathing for a second. Your brother stayed behind with me when I was hit. Everyone else pulled out. He called in the medevac. I didn't know he didn't make it." Her eyes filled. "They told us he died a hero. But no one ever said how." The old soldier reached slowly into his jacket, pulled out a folded, worn piece of paper. "He left this with the medics. Said if I survived, give it to me." He slid it across the table. She opened it, hands shaking. "If he wakes up, tell him the world still needs him. Even if he doesn't think so." Her voice cracked. "That's his handwriting. I've read it every Veterans Day for 12 years. She sat down across from him. No apron, no order pad. Just a sister meeting a man her brother saved. And from that Tuesday on, they never missed a week. A week later, she brought 2 coffees instead of 1. He smiled when he saw her. "You still wear the bracelet?" he asked, nodding to her wrist. "Every day," she said. "Even when I hated him for leaving." He looked down. "I hated myself for living." She reached into her apron, pulled out a silver pendant. "This was mine. I gave it to him before he deployed." The veteran stared at it. He wore it around his tags. They sat in silence, letting the memories speak. That weekend, she called him. "I want to show you something." They drove to a quiet cemetery at the edge of town. She led him to a modest grave. "CPL Elijah Maddox," he stayed. "I've never brought anyone here," she whispered. The soldier knelt. Slow. Deliberate. "I never said thank you." She pulled out the letter. Placed it gently at the base of the stone. And then the compass, the one Eli had given him years ago. "I think it belongs here now," she said. He nodded. No words. As the wind moved through the trees, she turned to him. "Do you think he knew he mattered?" He looked up at the stone. He did. And now the world knows it too. They met every Tuesday after that. Always in the same booth. Same time. Same order. Over months, she brought more of Eli's photos, goofy grins, baseball caps, letters he never sent. He brought stories. Quiet ones. About Eli singing under stress, calming a squad with a joke. Refusing to leave a man behind. "You know," she said once, "he never talked about the war. He just said, I tried to take care of my guys." The veteran smiled. He didn't try. He did. One Tuesday, a stranger asked what her wrist tattoo meant. She paused. Then said, "It means I carry a promise someone else died to keep." The veteran looked at her, proud. Years passed. He aged. She grew into something solid and steady. He missed one Tuesday, then another. And on the third, she found a letter waiting in the booth. His handwriting. If you're reading this, it means I'm finally with Eli. And that's okay. You kept Tuesday going. Now you pass it on. Find someone who needs remembering. And don't forget the world still needs you, too. She sat alone that day. But not really. She looked out the window. The sunlight hit the table just right. And she whispered, Tuesdays never ended. They just changed chairs. If this story touched you, share it. Remember someone. Because some memories don't fade. They return, in coffee, in letters, and in the silence between Tuesdays.